Hi there, I'm Phil. I'm the founder of the My Holiday Guide digital welcome app. Today I'm just going to run through how you can create and download a free welcome book PDF. So to start off with, I'm just going to show you an end result as far as how it looks so you can see what we're sort of aiming at. So here's a PDF that you can output. So basically all of the information within it is your information that you can create within the app and then it appears within the PDF. So all of the photos and the text, and you can choose like things like the color schemes, and then you add different information. So you can show things like the Wi-Fi and sort of a welcome message, and you can have something about us. So the key thing here is there's a lot of this information that if you choose not to add it, then it just won't show. So it just won't show blank pages. It just won't appear. And you can add in things like local recommendations, places to visit that guests can look at. So that gives you just a quick overview as far as the type of things that are within the app. So I'm just going to jump over to a little presentation. I'll find it. There it is. So I've covered that. So just to go over sort of what it is and what it isn't. So unlike some other templates, so this isn't a Canva template or an MS template that you can download and fill out yourself. So it's actually created from information that's entered into the digital welcome guide app admin screens. So you can see a little screenshot here, and we'll look into that in a little bit more detail later. So it's a slightly different way of doing it, but hopefully, just as easy, and if not easier. And the structure of the PDF, there's some elements which are fixed and some, but all the information that you add into it is yours. And you can then choose things like the photos and the colors and things like that. So a common question is it really free? So the answer is yes, it is. So, but it is restricted to your free 14-day trial that you get with the app. But within that 14 days, you can create a digital welcome guide and edit it and download it as many times as you want. So after the 14 days, if you don't have a paid for subscription, you can actually still download the app. Sorry, download the PDF, but you just won't be able to edit it. So if you want to still edit it, then you obviously just need a paid subscription. So just give you an idea, so for one property, a year subscription is £75. If you have multiple properties, then the cost per property reduces the more properties that you have. The thing to highlight as well is, although this is focused on how you can create a free welcome guide PDF that you can download, in doing so, you also have access to the welcome guide app that guests can look at as well. So how do you actually create the welcome book? So you can create a free account from our homepage. And then my little gift there is just to remind me that although you can do this on a mobile or maybe even an iPad, it's easier to do it on a laptop or a desktop. So highly recommend that you do it on a laptop or a desktop. And then what you do is add a minimum of 6 locations, which are sort of things like restaurants and attractions and things like that. And then you add a property. So that's obviously you create a PDF per property. And then you also add property instructions. And there's some property instructions that we would recommend that are essential ones to add. And then you can also customize and download your PDF. So we'll look at all of those steps in a bit more detail as we go through. So the essential property instructions that we recommend adding are the directions to your property, property access and parking. So that can include things like where the key safe is and things like that. A welcome message, some house rules, the Wi-Fi code, and checkout instructions. So what I'll do now is just jump into the actual app. So what I'm going to do is show you a complete app. I'll get the right screen. That one. Okay, so this is how it looks for me. So I'm not going to go into every detail here because, again, this is focused on how to create the welcome book PDF. So you have a dashboard, which gives you some information, some properties, so you can add one or more properties. Client information, so this is information about you. So some of this information appears within the PDF. So for instance, this image here, this image is a sort of the about you information. And this is where you can choose custom colors for your app and different contact details that appear in some of the footers within the PDF. So the locations are the places that you add into the app that will appear as sort of recommendations of places to visit. And we'll go through how you can add those in a minute. If we now actually sort of click on one of the properties from this screen, so if we click on the edit screen here, so this shows the details of any specific property. So for instance, the address and the property photo. So this appears on the first page of the PDF. And then this is where all of your property instructions appear. So we have around 50 or 60 different predefined categories of property instructions. If you see something that's not there, then let us know and we can add another category. And this shows you which locations are shown within the digital welcome guide app. So if you click on this here, this then takes you to a separate screen. And this shows you essentially a preview of the PDF and how it will look. So you can't easily see the page breaks, but you can sort of fairly clearly see where they might well be. So from here, you can view the different information. And if you've added property instructions, they will automatically appear. And then on some pages, you will see an image. And from here, if you click on the edit icon, you can change that image. So we've uploaded somewhere around 40 different sort of stock images. So you just click on one and just say use this photo, and you can see it automatically changes. Or you can also upload your own if you want a specific photo of your property that sort of works properly in that frame. So if you see, you scroll down. So one thing to note here is so automatically on some pages this box will appear, which essentially allows users to scan that QR code to be taken to the digital welcome guide app. So for instance, on some of the property instructions, we can only allow for so much text. So if it overspills, then essentially it will be cut off. So the way we get around that is to then point people to the digital welcome guide app. So people can see the full details within the app. But what we have is the option. So if you don't want to use the digital welcome guide app, so we have an option here to essentially switch off that link with a QR code. So all you will see is information, and you'll see that QR code reference has disappeared. The downside of that is there may be times when you add in too much text and it will be cut off. And when you download the PDF, obviously there'll be no option to be able to scan the QR code to be able to see the full details. The upside of that is that even if you have a free account, even after your 14-day free trial, then the PDF is still valid, and you won't have the issue with it directing you to somewhere that doesn't exist anymore. So hopefully that makes sense. So if you just scroll through, you can see how this looks. Similar to the PDF that I showed you at the start. But again, you can just go through and edit any of the images as you want, and it automatically updates. So hopefully that shows you how you can do that. So what I'm going to quickly do is just go to essentially a new account. So I've signed in essentially as a new user. So if you sign up and then click on the My Properties icon in the top menu bar, you'll be taken to this screen. So as you see, a lot of information is blank, and we have a quick start guide here that helps you just set your properties up in the first case. So you'll see that we don't have a property to start off with. So I can go through, add a property, call it Rose Cottage. And this is where you add in an actual location. So if it's not picking up your address, also put in your town, and then you can add in a photo. Okay, save that. So that's now created a new property, and it automatically takes you to the property page. So you can see the property details have all been added. One thing you will need to do is create the QR code. So just click on that button, and in the background that will automatically be created. Okay, so while that's happening, let's add a property instruction. So for instance, one of the ones we recommend is house rules. And then you just add in any text you want. Okay, so let's just save that. So you see, we've now got a property instruction. So let's add another one. Directions. One note, when you add a directions one, you can add in a what three words link. So for instance, if the postcode or the address doesn't actually get you to the, or get guests to the right location, you can use what three words, and obviously they can then, that shows up in the app as well. Okay, so what we can do now is if I do view download, so you see we've got the property photo and its address. It's got that photo from the client information screen, and it's got the about us information from that screen as well. And then it's already added that directions, property instructions. These are our directions. So local recommendations, you see it's blank at the moment. We added in that house rules one, and that's it. So you can see at the moment it's just reflecting the information that we've added. So let's just now add a location so you can see how that appears here as well. So I'm jumping back to our main admin screen. So I'm going to click on the locations tab, click on add the location. So this is where you're essentially searching Google to add a location. So trying to think of a cafe that's in Poole. I'm based in Poole. There we go. So select that one. So this is where you can add your own, can't remember exactly what it's called, the barn. You can add a description. So you can add up to 3 categories. So you can sort of say things like cafe. If they do takeaway, you maybe add a takeaway. You can add your own photo. Here's one I prepared earlier. You can also add in a URL to a menu. That's optional. And then here is where you can choose to add it as one of your top picks. So within the digital welcome guide app, there's an explore screen, which shows your sort of top recommendations. So this is how you can choose to add it to there quickly. Click save. And there you go. You can see we've added a location. So if I now just jump back to the PDF preview, you can see under local recommendations, the barn's been added. And that is it, really. So I can go through and add some more property instructions and more information, but hopefully that gives you the idea as far as how you can create your PDF. So I'm just going to jump back to the presentation. So again, reminder, so those are the essential property instructions that we recommend adding. So what next? So the first thing you can do is create an account from our home screen. And what that does, it initiates your 14-day free trial. What we'll do over that time frame is also send you a few emails that just go through again sort of how to add locations and property instructions that will help get you started. What I would say is, like any template that's new to you, and you're adding information, yeah, you do need to sort of carve out somewhere between 1 or 2 hours to get you to a finished result. Yeah, within a course of an hour or less, you've seen how I've managed to create, yeah, the start of the template. And if you've got a Word document or the like that's already got your sort of project instruction text, then you can copy and paste that in, and obviously that will cut that time down. Also, feel free to provide any feedback. There's my email address. So we will, improve this template over time. So we're welcome to any feedback that you may have. Also, feel free to follow me, and there's links to Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. I also do a weekly newsletter that's not just about the app. It's actually predominantly about news and information around UK holiday industry. So feel free to sign up if that's also of interest. So overall, thank you. Thank you for listening, firstly. I hopefully you found that of use. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. But if not, good luck and thank you.